Just got in from a nice little trek down to get some dog food. Needed a sack of dog food. Oh dear. How are we doing temperature wise? What a serene journey that was. Oh, it's creeping up now. 94. Yeah, what a serene journey that was. It's having a lovely ride. Then I started noticing all the writing on the pavement. Bomb this way. Keep going. Keep going. Drinks are waiting. Oh, what's going on here? It was telling me where to head. Beers were already paid for. Alright, could have been for anyone. Alright, but it's one of them chalk on the pavements, follow the sign sort of thing. But I only went out the house to get my dog food, so I'm not a drinker. So, don't mind the occasional Guinness, but that's about it these days. Doesn't go well with the medication, so I don't drink. Simple as that. So I see all these writings on the pavement on the way I had to go. I was more interested in keeping an eye out for the fucking rozzers, do you know what I mean? Fuck drinking. I don't fucking give them any extra reasons, do I? Do you know what I'm saying? Drink driving, are you? Right, there's an extra charge for you. Oh dear. No, didn't take a drink with me either. Only snake meds in my system. What I doubled up on at the moment. But it's nice and cool. So yeah, got my dog food. As I went past the pub where it's announced that beers was waiting or whatever, I thought, well, there's nothing to do with me, is it? So I can ignore that and just focus on getting me dog food. Fucking hell, I'm peeling already. It's all popping up in little blisters. Fair enough. Sweated off and shed my skin then, innit? Yeah, anyway, it played itself out. I was sort of following some advice. I was going to sit tight until I absolutely needed to go out. I thought, why? I ain't fucking scared of fucking, you know what I mean? If I've got to go and get food, I'm going to get food. Fuck 'em. So I chucked my scooter key in the bag as well. Like I said. Me bomb key. A bit of smoke went down my lungs. You're only supposed to inhale this and keep it in your mouth, aren't you? So that nicotine replaces, not fucking ingest the smoke. That's what fucks people's lungs up, but they don't realise that. You're only supposed to get the nicotine out of the oil in your mouth, not inhale it down into your lungs. Because it only needs to go into your mouth to get into your bloodstream to go to your head, don't it? So the shortest route to your head is your mouth, not your lungs. If you see my point. So that's why I'm coping alright with the vape. I've seen a new type of vape, which I've got a electronic vape already. for my medical. Yes, I noticed the little telltale sign today. The blobbing has resumed. Yes, Hulkster. So behave yourself. This is where we get dog squabbles. Anyway, back to the story. Went to, well, I got all the way back. I'll just prop it up there while I chat. I'll come back. I've got the sack of dog food on the backpack rather than on the scooter or in the trailer because I want it to travel light. So I just got it sort of squashed on the back of the backpack and strapped to it, if you see what I mean. So it made it a little bit back heavy, which is a bit awkward, a bit bouncy to drive a front wheel scooter with it, but it was all about travelling light. If the bag didn't make it like that, I was just sort of testing it out, make sure it could hold the weight like that. It was able to ride properly and that. I got to the park after crossing over the bridge, right, on the return journey. Lovely little ride about. No aggro, no police, no nothing. It was just nice. Right, bit of fresh air, a little bit of time away from the dogs. Just nice. Do you know what I mean? Got to the park. Just round the corner from here, and I see this guy in a blue t-shirt just sort of standing there on his phone looking at the kids across the park. He was on the phone to someone saying like this and that about drinking or whatever. I thought, weird. I've just seen all that chalk all the way to where I was going and back again. So I waited for him to finish his phone call. I said, "You right there, mate?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm just watching the kids over there." I said, "Yeah, I know, that's why I stopped. And I didn't ride on when you got out of the way." He said, yeah. He said, "I understand that." I said, "One of your kids, is it?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "You don't mind if I ask you to prove that, do you? By going over there with me so you can talk to your daughter?" He said, no, let's go. I said, "Right, okay." So I rode across. I said, "I'll have to ride across the park." I said, "I'm disabled." So I rode across the park on my scooter. I said, "Which one's yours?" He said, "That one in the hot pants." I said, "Okay." Don't need to know which one it is or what she's wearing, do you know what I mean? Well, I'm just trying to get proof of who you are, mate, because I didn't like what I was seeing. He said, "No," he said, "It's understandable." He said, I said, "Well, if you're a parent," I said, "I'm a parent." I said, "So if kids are doing a little bit of experimenting or whatever over there, you know what I mean, how you talk to your daughter or whatever, or discipline her, is none of my concern. It's just you're standing here watching a group of young ladies across the park. Do you know what I mean?" He said, "No," he said, "I totally understand." I said, "Okay." I said, "And if you're not who you say you are, I'm going to call the police straight away, mate. I'm not going to stand here and fight with you or row with you, but I will phone the police straight away. I don't like that sort of shit." He said, "Okay, yeah." He said, "That's okay." He said, "Yeah, let's go and prove it." So he walked all the way over there. I rode over the park on the scooter. It's called out the girl's name. And the girl acknowledged who he was. One of the other girls went, "Ew." I thought, But I think that was more like, "Is your dad checking up on you?" "Yeah." You know what I mean? It was that sort of response. And then we walked away. He said, she's told her mum she's going there for a party. I didn't tell him anything about the talk. I'd already seen encouraging whoever it was to head to that location after they'd all met up over this way or whatever, which looked like what the plan was, looking back at it all. But I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I said kids are going to experiment anyway, mate. I said whether it be drinking or smoking or whatever, they're going to experiment, so it's all about how you handle it, isn't it? He said, yeah, I know, but she's at an age where, I said, you don't need to say no more, mate, I know. I haven't got daughters, but I know what you're saying. It's a very difficult age we live in these days, isn't it? I said, all right, I'll leave you in peace. My name's Paul, I live at such and such. He said, okay. He said, thanks for being concerned and that. I said, okay. No worries. And that was the end of that. He was who he said he was, but you know what I mean? It's just the way I had to be certain for my own peace of mind, otherwise I would have been worrying about it. So, all good. What are you barking at now, Marnie Moo? I come home to, what was it, Marnie? A pee line right by the front door. And a pee and a poop in Lola's room. So, in here, in the garden. Well, you can't get in there anyway until it's all dried out. It's all been disinfected already anyway, and I just don't want the flies in the house. Hey, Lola! You little hussy. Yeah, I was right about the timing, so that means I've got to stay put for the next few weeks. It's not a difficult week yet, so they're not all like sex maniacs or nothing, the dogs. So it's all bearable under control, but yeah, time to separate us soon. I'll just read the dogs, and once their behaviour really starts changing, then we know it's right. Marnie, get away from her. Good boy. Or you'll get told off by Willow. There you go. I wasn't intending to make another video today, but yeah, when he said, oh, that's my daughter over there and that, I said, what you might call an online protector. So I put the image straight in his head, do you know what I mean? In case he decided to act up or whatever. Before he acted up, I just planted that little idea in his head. Oh shit, I've got a fucking nonce protector here. Do you know what I mean? Now I've got to prove to him that she is my daughter without fucking kicking off. That was why I said it. But yeah. I said normally I'd be able to walk my dogs down here, but we got set up down here, so I can't walk my dogs down here, so it's up to parents to protect their own kids now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? No, Hulkster. Get your nose out of her wanny. That's it, go and sulk in the kitchen. And keep an eye on your brother. That's it. Just making sure Marnie knows that, yeah, it's my bitch. That's where the squabbles come into it, if you say what I mean. So, back home, got me sack of dog food, that's all I needed to get. Now I'm going to go and rub all this sunburn off in the bath, seeing as it's all blistered up and peeling off, because I sweated a little bit today. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to go and have a nice bath now. I didn't get the 2 posts up today, but been a good day anyway. and the antidepressants are all topped up again now, so. Do you know what I mean? I even had to say to the guy, he kept trying to sort of over-explain himself, and I was like, not being funny, mate. I said I'm medicated, and it's just too much information for my head. In other words, you don't have to explain yourself anymore, mate. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Just be thankful there's other people looking out for your kids, isn't it? So, all good. Done me the good deed for the day. On that note, have a lovely Thursday, folks. You happy now, Hulkster? You got your little tester coming up this week, haven't you? With your lady. See if you can behave yourself. That's it. So I'm going to go and get myself in a nice hot bath, because I've had that sack of dog food on my back. And it's been making me sweat like a bastard, like I said. But that's because I've started taking the antidepressants again, so it's automatically making me overheat and sweat, and now it's blistered up all the sunburn from the other day. So there you go. As soon as I started using them, I started overheating, and we're on a normalish sunny day today. So what do I say to the youngsters when I see them down the park experimenting or whatever when I'm down that way? Clear shit up behind your kids. All the other dog walkers will be phoning the fucking police and getting them all over the place for you, and then you'll all get nicked and ruin your fucking lives. So clear your shit up after you, whether it be smokables or drinks or whatever. Just take your shit home with you, innit? Don't dump it in a park, because that's going to get fucking attention on everyone's shit that does it normally in life without being a problem. And if it ain't nothing to do with it, those people, they get tarred with the same brush as the kids experimenting. You know what I mean? There's plenty of videos of me smoking a doobie in the park, and if you go back for them. But that's why I got set up and put up on an antisocial behaviour order. But they had to set me up through the dogs to do it. You know what I mean? So that's why I refuse to go down that park anymore and walk my dogs. So we stay safe in here, don't we, Marnie? I don't think I would have done it that bloke's way, though. I wouldn't have been following me kids about just to see if they're drinking or not. You know when they come home whether they've been drinking or not, don't you? And if you can't get hold of them and they're girls, then you just ground them, don't you? Simple as that. If they don't listen to you and at that age. She didn't look no more than 14, put it that way, so fair play to the man for keeping an eye on her, but you know, personally I wouldn't have chose that route to do it. If I thought she was drinking in the first place, if it was my daughter, then she wouldn't have been going out the house to get drunk, would she? If she was 14, you know what I mean? And if your daughter lies to you to do something like that, then it's because there's peer pressure going on. which is the real thing you're trying to protect your daughters from, innit? You know what I mean? So on that note, have a lovely Thursday. It's been strange but serene.